Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, back with Automation, the car company tycoon game, and what you're seeing right now is one of my latest builds called the Harris Laskey HD-500. This beefy pickup truck from the 1960s has one of the toughest yet torque-heavy engines for its time. The body styling is mostly based on the 4th generation Ford F100 with the front and slightly on the rear end. While it's got a lot of power and torque for a truck, it should be able to pull most things hooked to your run-of-the-mill trailer, which I'll try that later in BeamNG. Anyways, I'll explain the details of this vehicle throughout this portion of the video. It has a lap time of 1 minute 35 seconds 32 milliseconds at the quote-unquote Top Gear test track and 2 minutes 37 seconds 32 milliseconds at the automation track. It has a top speed of 140 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 7.74 seconds. This vehicle is powered by a massive 488 cubic inch or 8-liter V8 engine that produces 346.1 horsepower and 501.1 pounds-feet of torque. It has a fuel efficiency rating of 9.5 miles per gallon and weighs 3,927.7 pounds, which equals to 1,781.6 kilograms. And now, let's go over the specs of this vehicle. In terms of how I made the Laskey, the panel material will be made out of regular steel with a ladder chassis also made out of regular steel, with a front longitudinal engine placement, and the front suspension uses a solid axle coil, and the rear suspension uses a solid axle leaf, pretty much like every 1950s, 60s, and something similar type of time period for automobiles. For the engine, it's a V9 degree V8 engine made out of cast iron with the bore set to 103mm and the stroke maxed out to 120mm, which gets it to right about exactly of 8 liters or exactly 7,999 cubic centimeters, with pushrod headers made out of cast iron. For the crank comb rods and pistons, they're the pretty strongest ones out of all of them for this time period, so we're using a forged steel crankshaft with heavy-duty forged comb rods and regular forged pistons. For the compression, it is set at a normal 9.1 to 1 ratio. Same thing for the cam profile at a 28, but the quality up a little bit just to get that little boost in both power and torque. For the fuel system, we got ourselves a 4-barrel twin carburetor set up with a standard intake running on superleaded fuel, with the fuel mixture pretty much backs this out before performance degrades at a 13, with the ignition timing set to an advanced level of an 82 and the RPM limit set to 4,000 RPM like you just seen earlier. And last but not least, for the exhaust and everything, so we got ourselves a short cast headers with dual exhaust with the exhaust diameter set to 50.8 millimeters, which equals to 2 inches, with no carrier converters thanks to being a leaded fuel type. No further spot for it, but we do get a reverse flow for the second one. And real briefly, let's get to hear what this engine sounds like right now. Well, I try to somewhat imitate a diesel engine in quote because, well, there's no diesel engines in this game as of right now, so might as well live it from there. Going on to the second half of the vehicle with the drivetrain, we're using a 4x4 drivetrain with a manual 3-speed with the top speed set to 142 miles per hour, even though with the top speed in this graph here says it can go up to 140.2 miles per hour with a pretty decent 0 to 62 time, which I'm kind of surprised. Not like surprise, but let's say slightly shocked. And we got ourselves a manual locker to really lock down the wheels in case we have to tow something pretty big and pretty heavy. For the tires, we're using some radial hard long life tires with the front tire width set to 265 millimeters and the rear at a bigger 285 millimeters to the rear, running on some 16-inch steel rims. For the brakes, they're not super common on some trucks, even though this weighs 2 tons and everything, so we're using both solid disc front and back, but the front brake is a 2-piston solid disc brake with the size maxed out to 325 millimeters, and the rear is a 1-piston solid disc brake with its size set to 280 millimeters with the pad type at a nearly full-blown racing setting thanks to the max load being like somewhere down here for the front and like way down here for the back. Like if I go to 50 right here, let's see. What does it look like? Yeah, braking at max load, negative 10%. So if you try to stop on a dime, no, not gonna happen. There's no way you'll do so. And of course, with the under tray of this vehicle, well, you can see no under tray whatsoever. The brake airflow at a 15. And with the interior and everything, as you can see here, got a pretty decent interior for a truck at this time period. So we got a full-blown bench seat up in here, aka 3 seats at this right here, with a standard interior and standard AM radio. And coming with the safety and everything, we got ourselves a hydraulic power steering, no traction aids whatsoever because it's 1965 on a late 50s, early 60s truck body, with the safety setting at a 1960s standard safety standards. And last but not least, with the suspension of the vehicle, we got ourselves some progressive springs to really increase the load capacity, and of course the basics, twin 2 dampers, passive sway bars, running on a normal preset. Despite only 3 problems on here which I'm not too concerned about, such as the wheel spin issues and the front and rear tires being so wide, let's go to BeamNG.drive and test this truck out. So here we are at the automation test track and take a brief look at this vehicle. Well, with the vehicle, as you see with the intro and everything in the early parts of the video, that this looks just like an F100, a Ford F100 from the early to mid 1960s. You can see at the front, this really pretty much somewhat matches the F100 with the grille design, headlight placement, and this little top auxiliary grille on the top where the, pretty much in between where the hood is and the main grille right above it. The rear end, not exactly, even though these got reverse lights on here while the F100 did not have any. And lastly, for the interior, as you can see with the seats here, this pretty much just resembles like everything about a truck, just a basic bench seat and some really shiny ass leather. I mean, look how shiny this is, man. It's like it came off like a frickin' Barrett Jackson type of auto show or something, or auction show or whatever, or a showroom floor. I mean, it's like hella shiny up in here. I was about to say, there were no like legit like headrests for such trucks like these. There were just like basic bench seats like something like this. And for the interior of the truck and everything, pretty much just old school 1960s with the big boxy dashboard up in here. With the RPM gauge, it doesn't work here. Same thing with the kind of the speedometer is kind of misplaced here. And same thing with the temperature gauge and the fuel gauge, even though some old cars have the temperature gauge and the oil pressure gauge, and like nowadays where that's like uncommon now. Anyways, that is it with this truck. Let's start off with the pull test. So with the first pull test, as I line up here with this vehicle, let's hit the L button, which I just did to bring up the couplers menu to drive this back and line this boy up to connect the trailer to what I believe is 21,000 kilograms worth of planks of wood on here. Let me see, how do I go to this real quick? I gotta go to trailer, W, and no, 2,100 kilograms of wooden planks. And not only that, why are we like hella sagging up in here, man? Well, like air pressure or the springs not like stiff in the back end or something. So with the pull test and everything, we're going to start off with the 8% grade, then to the 50% grade, the 25% grade, and lastly, the 33% grade with the wood planks in the back. And we can make things even more stupid by putting a heavy car on here, and then we'll probably go on to a time trial, and then throw this off somewhere at like Brutal Slope or Car Jump Arena. So let me drive myself up, and we're driving. Okay, now it's steady-ish right now, so let's stop here, lock all the diffs, and get ready to start off the first pull test at the 8% grade, starting now. Accelerating as we go, pretty slow up in here, going around residential road speeds at 25 miles an hour, and we're going to be swinging right, and look at that, 500 pounds-feet of torque, a little micro drift right there, still accelerating, and good. 8% grade, not that bad. So for the 50% grade, not as bad, just like the 8% grade. Look at that, no problems. Micro drift because I'm turning way too hard for a controller user, and I don't really have to explain, that was pretty easy. Now for the 25% grade, let's turn this boy around and do that right here. This could be somewhat of a challenge as this thing is sagging really big time now because, well, it seems like automation vehicles and towing things never work out that well. 25, not a problem. I might as well amplify things by going to Car Jump Arena and tow on the ramp. Like the ramp where you go down, but instead of going down, you're going up. So 33% grade, in effect, going residential road speeds at a constant 27 miles per hour. And passed. All that is a pass. 8, 15, 25, 33. All a pass. Now let's make things even more stupid by going to the trailer and go to, wait, adjustable mass. Let's see here. 1,000. That's not going to work. So let's just get rid of this bad boy and see if we can put a car on here. So let's hit the tailgate by hitting the O button on my keyboard and bloop goes down. And let's spawn in a car. I want a beefy car, not like too super duper beefy like a freaking bus or a T-Series up in here. Like a near 3-ton Roamer. Let's see if this guy fits. I highly doubt it. Alright, will it fit? That is the question. No, it doesn't. Alright, I highly doubt this is gonna work here, so I brought back the dolly here with an empty flatbed trailer, which the weight of this thing is roughly 5 tons or something. It was like 10,160 something pounds that we're gonna be towing. And as of right now, we got the dolly sagging big time up in here, and the truck, same thing. Is this possible that we're gonna drive this thing, or no? So let's accelerate. Oh. We can accelerate, so we lock the diffs. Lock the diffs and start our test off again. So 8% grade as we go. 8% grade. We're doing pretty good. Residential road speed. And get ready to turn gradually because we're going to probably jackknife this thing. We're going to wide turn this like a semi-truck. And there you go. 8% grade? No problem. Now let's turn this bad boy around slowly. A little bit too sharp. Might as well have to really yank this guy. Let's see. Can we have to yank it? Like, in terms of speed, power? No. Good. So, 50% grade as of right now. Go pretty slow. Might as well switch to low range if we need to. So, first gear in the low range with the 3-on-a-tree type of gear shifter. As you probably see the interior, it's got a column shifter with a manual transmission because the cars back in the day, they either had just a regular stick shift or the little 3-on-a-tree type of ordeal where it was a column shifter that you manually shifted, which this is what this truck uses. So, 50% grade, we're gonna... a hella jackknife going right there, and we're struggling. We're just struggling to turn and just go. Low range. Yeah, we're gonna low range this all the way. Let's see. Low range into the 25% mark. The grade. 25% grade. Not bad. Might as well put some load on this and really call this a day. So brake hard, and then yank. Turn this around. Yank this boy. Keep going. Nice. So 33% grade in effect. 33% grade. What are we gonna do? We're gonna be going slow-ish, slowing down, and good. Around 22 miles per hour, and we got it. And over rev risk in effect. No, we didn't. We did not get an over rev risk, so that's great. So let me reset the vehicle and just, well, do that. Alright, last the pull test that we got here is that we got ourselves a 4,200 kilogram block of wood planks that we got here for the middle. I thought it would be a little bit too overkill by putting some like 10,000 kilogram steel pipes because I think this wouldn't even tow this vehicle whatsoever. So with the 4,200 kilograms of wood planks that we got here, this equals roughly to around like 92 or 9,800 pounds. And if you were to add this up with the cargo that we got here plus the trailer, this sums up to roughly 10 US tons or around 20,000 pounds that we're going to be towing with this truck right here. That is sagging down big time with the tow hook, quote unquote, not attached because, well, that's how automation vehicles behave while towing, unfortunately. I wish the tow hitch nodes were like, I don't know, like 10 or 50 times stronger to the point where it's just like locked down no matter what. Again, do the 8, 15, 25, 33% grade, do a short time trial, and then throw this off somewheres to end the video off. So let's turn around and see if this thing drives. So, diff's locked, at low range, which you probably have to drive in low range, and barely doing it. Getting a lot of wheel spin, and we're barely doing it. Can we do this in second gear? So 8% on the way. Second gear, you can get away with it, but you're gonna really lose speed up here, so probably gonna be just a first gear pull, and that's it, under low range. And 8%, we're drifting up in here by ourselves because of a lot of power and BeamNG screwing up in terms of nodes and everything with both automation BeamNG. Because look at the distance now, the point where it's just dragging the ground, it's just no longer attached, but it is with the game. We're gonna be yelling at first gear at around 15 miles per hour, getting a lot of wheel spin, and 50% grade, we're gonna kind of get it, and we are, with minor problems because of wheel spin and everything else in general. Alright, since I got the room now, let's slowly swing this on over while hitting the gas pedal so we can get some momentum going, and look at that already, we're just sitting sideways because that's how, like I said, this game behaves with heavy loads like this. And we're stuck. Alright, it's gonna be concerning. 25% grade past the sign, going uphill, 19, 18 page HD airspeed, drop it to around 10 miles per hour, wheel spin, stop there. Can we Try high range. Real quick, try high range. I doubt this would work. We're going backwards. Nope, nope. So it appears that 10 tons is the absolute limit. All right, attempt number 2. We're going a little bit quicker, 20 miles per hour, because I can't go to second gear or I lose a lot of speed. So gonna go uphill. Gonna be a little bit past the old spot and wheel spin, stop. Yep, this might be our absolute limit. And are the trailer legs dragging on the ground? Yes, they are. Can you remove them or what? Let's see, can you remove them? Trailer legs, I could try that. Hold on. All right, last attempt. If not, do a time trial run and just call this quits. Let's see, slowing down. 10 miles an hour, watch the speed. Watch the speed. Further than before, but we're at the peak, but not the load. It's not in the peak just yet. That sucks, so that's not going to work out whatsoever. So anyways, do a quick time trial run. Let's go to, I think, main menu, right? Yeah, main menu, time trial, and then do a quick time trial run at the short racetrack by doing 1 whole lap with a rolling start in a noon hour. So take you to the start and finish line right now. So here we are with a blurred out menu mess in front of me. Is this a bug or what? Because earlier I tried to load this game up and the game wouldn't just load for some odd reason. So I disabled all the mods except for a couple of tracks and this here vehicle. And the game loaded just fine, but not as fine as right here. So we'll just go away here as I start the time trial off here and ready, go. No, we're going to have a blurred mess right in our face. We're just censor that out, ladies and gentlemen. So 0 to 62 in 6.41 seconds at 340.28 feet. It's pretty much the reason why I plan on getting rid of the basic performance test is because, well, it takes up so much time just doing stuff like this and doing it again in the time trial run. Let me know down below if I should keep the basic performance test plus a crash at the end, which includes 0 to 62, 62 to 0 brake time, and the top speed run that leads into a car crash, and way too hot without ABS brakes. Thanks, me. You know what, let's make this clean as possible. Try this again, be clean as possible. Don't want to screw up again. Alright, here we go. Tight in that corner, slow in, fast out, and perfect. So what is the short version like of this track? I always do the long circuit version, but not the short track version. And boy, this UI glitch is really bugging me, and we have to turn left. Okay, so turn left, and what's this brake? Nada. Goodbye. What do we like? Damage. That's what it's like. Alright, got through that corner without any problems, and I forgot to upshift. I'm stupid. So brake here in the first gear and really down on the clutch pretty hard there, and then into this left corner. Still scudding the brakes thanks to lack of ABS brakes, and a little bit early in the first gear. God damn it. So go into second gear, got a straightaway up ahead, and we're going to get a time of a 1 minute, 21 seconds, 374 milliseconds, and okay, now the slow motion feature has really reset back to what it was back in the day, so in a blurred mess, everything as is. Okay, we lost a tire. About lost our roof there, we're in the air, so what's it like going to free roam? Like, usual? Yeah, with the menu in our face, and with the blur in our face too. So, there's really nothing I can really explain things to this, so let's stop the vehicle. Okay, what is the UI refresh without resetting the vehicle? F5? I did that, and we still got a blurred mess. Like, the hell? Oh, here we go, good. So damage-wise, wrap this up, so we got the side of the vehicle, and all of a sudden the front of the vehicle with the engine somehow still running. Where's the engine even at, boy? Where's it at? Okay, it's right here, bent, like, facing this way rather than facing this way. So why is this running here, folks? And for an interior view, just briefly looking at this, and yeah, you're dead. Passenger, middle passenger, you're decapitated. You're crushed to death for the right passenger. So everybody in this vehicle would have died in this mid-speed collision, mid-high-speed collision, and yeah, that is the vehicle right then and there, folks. So for the last part of the video, we're going to do this pretty quick here. Go to Car Jump Arena and see if this torque-heavy boy will be a fly-farther boy. That didn't really make any sense, but anyways, take it there right now. So here we are at the top of the ramp here, and like always, we got the lights going off, so a 3 light, 4 light, and a 5 light, and get ready to go green here, and right about now. Green light as we go, so let's accelerate with this truck here, so we can get in frame, and down the ramp. So back to regular camera, and 0 to 62 in 5.21 seconds of 199.69 feet, that's a really nice number. And top speed, already achieved, so how fast we're gonna go at the end of the ramp? 149 exactly, and are we gonna perfect land this? So slow this down to a 4th time. We're gonna not perfectly land this. Almost lost both our wheels, so we lost the front right wheel all the way. Gonna be drifting in the sand. Gonna be not flipping over, going hard there, and into the pool we go. Got stuck there, and boosh, there we go in the water. So shut the engine off, and tire goes spin, goes psh with the water. Look how we got the tire go in the water, boy. This doesn't even work. This is gonna keep going forever, man. So without F7ing it, let's extract the truck by just using the node grab. Never mind. Our pretty much tire just wanted to stop doing that, stop being godlike, and it's trying to resurface the water again. So with the engine of the vehicle, or the rest of the vehicle here, ignoring that tire, so we shifted the body up pretty good here. This brake light still works. This should not be working whatsoever. And since I put turn signals on the top, you can see that they work, but I don't know if they really work. So yeah, the back of the vehicle completely mangled up, as you can see by this pulled polygon here. The front right, as you've seen, tire goes missing, and it's sitting right there. The front, yeah boy. Left side, not so much. Not a whole lot of damage, surprisingly. Alright, for the last part of the video, as I'm accelerating down the bridge here, is to get a high-speed crash going at the final bridge pillar, going down this here bridge at a very, very high speed. So 0-62 in 6.34 seconds, 302.28 feet, we're gonna hop the curb. As we go, hop the curb, and we're gonna be sitting sideways drifting. Stop. Right on cue, and really right on cue. That is like 99 play recognition, everything. Now I say play recognition, but just 99 reflexes. So I believe this type of camera angle will work out. So hide the UI, 60 times slow-mo. Let's just do 100 times slow-mo. 100 times slow-mo now. 100 times slow-mo we go. There goes the front of the vehicle going crinkling through the engine. There goes the beer flying off, the bumper, and we're going to be going inward into the bridge. All that momentum going in. And we're going to pretty much stop right there as all momentum, physics, and Newton, everybody else in general, pretty much takes control. 60 times slow-mo, what are we like? Just going backwards, some pieces flying out, which I believe is the bumper, so full time. Yeah, so we just absorbed all the collision from the bridge pillar and just stopped in its tracks. That is pretty interesting. And not only that, main engine is broken because, well, we hit engine first and knew it would have been broken because of that collision. So let's back this boy up like that, and are we going to go forward? No, thank goodness it didn't. So the aftermath destruction of the vehicle, as you can see the front end, we got something like a Packard or something the front end with the grille design and just, I want to say with the aftermath destruction, some polygons going everywhere up in here, making this look like a lethal weapon or something, rather than an automobile. But sheesh, really compacted us down big time. You can see the left side of the vehicle really been destroyed, and the back end, yeah, this pretty much follows suit. And is this the bumper? Hold on here. We got the bumper that's like going right in here. Yeah. And then this polygon just psh, like a freaking saber or something, or just a freaking big ass sword coming at your face or something. That is just weird. And the back end, is this the spring or the shocks or the engine? So I think the engine is in the driver's seat, right? Yeah, is right here. That's looks like it appears to be the engine right here that I'm sitting on right now. As I go up, it appears the middle passenger has turned into where the engine bay is at now. So, damn, that is interesting, man. So that is the vehicle, and that'll be it with this video. So that'll do it with automation at BeamNG.drive with the Harris Laskey HD-500. In terms of how this truck looks, this is like a pretty nice looking truck, especially made in the mid 1960s, even though the design and everything, like you've seen earlier, and like I said, this pretty much looks like a Ford F100 from the front end and a little bit off the rear end. But with the power and everything, the power and torque, this pretty much performs like an above average to some or even most pickup trucks, being around 500 pounds-feet of torque, around 346 horsepower. And with the towing capacity and everything, well, I'm kind of surprised this vehicle is able to tow at the most of 10 tons, which that is pretty crazy for any type of truck at this size. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any videos like this in the future. And also check out my social media down in the description below. So this is TRIZE Rising Up, and signing out.